That is yet another series win for the Toronto Blue Jays as they win 7-3 over the New York Mets there this afternoon. And you guys, if you're watching the game, you probably heard this stat brought up, and I thought it was insane to hear this one. The Blue Jays have either won or tied a series 9 straight. They've not lost a series in 9 straight chances. That is pretty damn good if you ask me. The Blue Jays are playing really good ball. They're now 6 games over 500 at 26-20. A half-game lead over the New York Yankees for second in the American League East. And they're just pulling away from teams like the Tigers, teams like the Mariners, teams like the Baltimore Orioles, right? So things are looking great in that front, all right? But let's get to this ball game. And early on, it didn't look the greatest. They scored in the top of the first inning. Dominic Smith, It's a single, scoring one. It was McNeil who came around to score. And the Mets are up 1-0. They've gotten a few hits against Ryu early, and he was struggling early on in the ball game, giving up a lot of soft contact. Nothing crazy, right? That's why he didn't have too much damage against him, because he was allowing a lot of singles to happen in this one. But he really settled down. And it does help when your offense comes through, because in the bottom of the second inning, Randall Grichuk gets on, and Lourdes Gurriel Jr. comes up, and he's never seen this pitcher before. Why is he throwing him a changeup to speed up his bat? I don't know, but he does, and Gurriel crushes it to deep left field, and gone for Lourdes Gurriel Jr., his 7th home run of the year, putting the Jays in front 2-1. And before that home run, Gurriel makes another spectacular diving catch. Made a great one on Friday, made a great one yesterday, and another great one today from Gurriel. And you see he gets the 2-run shot. What a day for him, putting the Jays up 2-1. And then Ryu just starts dealing, but the offense comes through once Hernandez, right? He was the guy that pitching today, or was it somebody? Peterson, excuse me. He was on the mound for the Mets, and he pitched a really good ball game. Other than the 2-run shot to Teoscar Hernandez, the Jays didn't have anything going against them. They bring in Brad Brock, former Oriole. The Blue Jays have seen him a lot. Not all of the players have seen him, but the team and the fans have. And what you saw in this inning, in the bottom of the 6th, Brad Brock could not throw a strike to save his life. Walks Vladimir Guerrero Jr., walks Randall Grichuk, walks Lourdes Gurriel Jr., and just like that, the bases are loaded with nobody out for Jonathan Villar. They bring in Hughes to face Villar, and he walks them. So the Jays walk in a run. They're now up 3-1. Good stuff. Who's at the plate now? Travis Shaw. He strikes out, unfortunately, but bringing up the young kid, Santiago Espinal, 1 away, bases loaded in a 3-1 game. You want to break this game open and have some sort of breathing room if you're the Toronto Blue Jays. And Espinal, the first pitch, wasn't the prettiest of swings, but no one really cares because it counts as a 3-run double down the left field line. It stays fair just over the third baseman's outstretched glove. It drops fair, goes to the corner. All 3 runs come around to score. Villar's boogieing around the bases. He slides in the ball. It hits his foot. Or so maybe his rear end. I don't know where that can hit on VR. He slides in safely at home. With the ball hitting VR sliding in, ball goes somewhere else. I don't know where it ended up. And Espinal ends up at third base on the play. So obviously that was an error technically, the way he got to third base. So a bases clearing double. And getting to third, obviously. Santiago Espinal, the young kid. He's gotten a lot of Blue Jay fans' heart to this point. Him and Alejandro Kirk, I think, have got a lot of Blue Jay fans liking them to this point. And it's fantastic, people. It really is. A great job for Espinal, kind of breaking this game open a little bit. But the Jays weren't done. Next batter, Danny Jansen. They had to play in at this point, right? Because they didn't want the Espinal run at third to come home to score. So Danny Jansen, he inside outs a pitch right up the middle, and it just gets over the second baseman's head and drops in. Normally that would just be a soft liner out to the second baseman if they were playing straight up, but instead they had him in, so it was over his head. A base hit for Danny Jansen. Espinal comes in to score, and the Blue Jays have now extended the lead. It is now a big 7-1 lead for the Toronto Blue Jays. They're feeling great here at this point, and you feel so much better now letting Ryu, have his night off now. He did a great job to end off his outing. You got the big lead. Now give your bullpen the rest of the way. And Charlie did that, and the Blue Jays ended up coming away with a 7-3 victory. I think Thomas Hatch gave up a couple runs in his inning of work, in his second inning of work. Did he throw 2 innings or 1 inning to Thomas Hatch? It was only the 1 inning. He had a tough outing there, 4 hits and 2 runs. They were both earned. And you don't see that too much from Hatch, and don't expect to see that too much from Thomas Hatch. He's going to do a lot of great things. That, right, what we saw today is not one of those things. And for the Blue Jays, you got to look at this, guys. The New York Mets have one of the best offenses in baseball, right? You look at all the batting average on that team, they absolutely rake. The Blue Jays held them to 3 runs today and 2 yesterday. Yeah, they gave up 18 runs in game 1, but the problem with that is it's only 1 game, right? The Blue Jays, combined the next 2. We scored a combined 10 runs in the final 2 games, but you won those 2, and that's all that matters. So great job from the pitching staff in both of these games after they felt real good after game 1, and the Blue Jays did not feel real good after game 1. They went out there in game 2 and game 3 and really corralled and sustained that offense of the New York Mets and really pitched an incredible game. Not only just today, last night as well was an incredible pitching performance by the Blue Jays, and we'll break that down right now. Let's get to the offense real quickly, okay? Kevin Biggio went 1 for 4 in the ball game and walked. Walk number 101 for Kevin Biggio in his big league career, so a great job for him. Bo Bichette 0 for 4 with a couple strikeouts. Anybody getting worried can calm down because you have a feeling Bobo was going to have a little bit of tough time here coming back. Everyone's kind of revving up for the playoffs, and he's just kind of trying to get back into the swing of things, literally. So I got no problem with Bo Bichette. He'll be fine. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. went 0 for 3 in the ball game, but he walked and came around to score to lead off that bottom of the 6th inning where everything started to happen for the Blue Jays and they couldn't find the zone. Great patience at the plate for Vladdy in that at bat. Randall Grichuk went 1 for 3 in the game, scored 2 runs, and he walked as well, obviously, in that crazy inning. And Lourdes Gurriel Jr. went 1 for 3, had a couple RBIs, scored 2 runs. Walked once in that inning, right? They walked 4 consecutive batters. The Blue Jays finished with 6 walks in the game total. All right, Jonathan Villar went 1 for 3 with a run scored and RBI. Obviously, with the Espinal double, all these guys are scoring runs, and he obviously picked up the walk as well. Jonathan Davis, he went 0 for 1 in the game, but he walked 1, so great job by Jonathan Davis getting on base. And Travis Shaw went 1 for 2 in the game because he came in to pinch hit for Jonathan Davis and took over at third base for Kevin Biggio, who went to right field. And then you look at Santiago Espinal. Yeah, he's only hitting 1 for 4 today. He's only hitting 246 on the year with an on-base of 279. Again, not the spectacular numbers, but how did the Blue Jays win this game today? What was the big blow they had in this game? A bases clearing double from your number 9 hitter, number 8 hitter, Danny Jansen was batting 9th. And your number 8 hitter got it done. And Danny Jansen himself had an RBI single. I mean, really wasn't much, but hey, it's an RBI single. It counts in the stats, all right? He was 1 for 4 in the game as well with an RBI for Danny, and he's only hitting 151 on the season, guys. It's not very good, but he is at 292 on base, so I'm not going to complain too much about Danny Jansen. He did a job there. Now let's get to the pitching staff because they were lights out. Hyunjin Ryu now improves to 4-1 on the year. He's went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits. Again, a lot of those hits were early in the ballgame. He ended the game having 8 straight guys retired, so that he was straight up dominant against the New York Mets today. Great job there. Only one run allowed, and this is the thing that I like. Not a single walk for Ryu and had 7 strikeouts. He was awesome. 1 inning, I forgot which inning it was. It could have been I want to say the 4th inning, where they had 2 on and 1 out, and he had a 3-0 count against the batter, and we're like, he looks like he might load the bases. Came back from 3-0, strike the guy out, strike the next guy out, inning over. That right there is the definition of an ace. He was amazing. He got out of tight situations. He worked around some base hits and did a job. Great job by Ryu in that, dropping his ERA to 3 on the dot. Jays fans, we haven't seen that in quite some time, so it's beautiful to watch there. Thomas Hatch, as I mentioned, had a tough outing there. 1 inning, 4 hits, 2 runs. Both were earned. But again, not worried about Thomas Hatch whatsoever. AJ Cole went out there. Clean job for Cole. 1 inning, no hits, no walks, no strikeouts. ERA is now 2.21 for AJ Cole. He's been spectacular all season long. And Rafael Dolis walked a couple guys with 2 out, but really in a 4-run ball game, lots of confidence in Dolis. Clean inning, no hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, And well, technically it wasn't a save because it was obviously a 4-run game, but his ERA is 1.61. He has not given up a run in over a month. That is insane for Rafael Dolis. And the Blue Jays heading into their final off day of the year. Tomorrow is their final off day before the stretch run to the end of the season. They go into that having won or tied 9 consecutive series, having won the series against the Mets. You've won 2 straight games. Your pitching's been great. You got a big hit, some pretty big offense in this game. Obviously, hits, they won 12-7 in hits, but you got the clutch knock, and that's the big one, all right, for the Blue Jays. And I was loving what I was watching today from the approaches at the plate. They looked like they went up there with a purpose. Even though they only had the 7 hits in the ballgame, I really liked the approach the Jays had. They had 7 hits. They had 6 walks. Obviously 4 in a row at one point. But they had 6 walks in the game, 7 hits, and they scored 7 runs. So a great job by the Blue Jays. And an error, which came back to bite them in the end. So that's what we'll take any day of the week. Because if that error doesn't happen, Espinal's at second. They don't play the infield in. And Danny Jansen gets out in the play. They probably don't score another run. And that's the end of that, right? So great job by the Blue Jays capitalizing on Mets' mistakes and picking up the victory. All right, like I said, winners of 2 straight games, 26-20 on the year. Now, after the off day tomorrow, they're going to be heading there probably today. They head to the Bronx to take on the New York Yankees. Obviously, the Yankees and Blue Jays are separated by only half a game in the American League East. Is it a 4-game set? It's a 3-game set for the Blue Jays and Yankees. Game 1 is Taijuan Walker against is it Garcia? David Garcia? I think that's his name. He's in Game 1. I think I saw the pitching matchups today. And then Tanner Roark in Game 2 against Garrett Cole. Okay. I know Garrett Cole hasn't been the greatest this year, but he's still Garrett flipping Cole. All right. And then the finale of the series, it's Chase Anderson versus Masahiro Tanaka. Doesn't look good. But, as I've learned, by watching this team, night in, night out, or day in, day out, however you want to look at it, they surprise you. They just do. After getting lit up by DeGrom, did you expect to go out there and beat Seth Lugo and get 5 incredible innings out of Robbie Ray? No, you didn't expect that. Right? And you got it. This team has come back so many times. They've done so many great things. Now you got a real test. Right? 2 of the 3 games against the Yankees, you're facing their 1-2 guys in Garrett Cole and Masahiro Tanaka. Question is, what can this young team do? I don't know. As I mentioned to you guys in the last video, all I'm focused on is making the playoffs. Taking it game by game. You win, you win. You lose, you lose. You make the playoffs. That is what matters to me most. All right? And it looks like they're in pretty damn good shape to be doing that. As like I said, all the other teams are falling off the table hard. But for the Blue Jays, they're playing really good baseball. They're winning series. It's clear as day. The question is, can they keep that streak alive against the Yankees? If they can do so and win 2 or 3, it means they would have beaten some really good pitching. All right? So you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You enjoyed the video and enjoyed this game this afternoon. Smack that like button. Do appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video, guys. Let me know. I want to hear your takes. I want to hear everything you guys want to talk about when it comes to this team. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what you liked, what you didn't like from today's ball game, what your expectation is for this upcoming series against the New York Yankees. All right? And where are we here? Twitter is down below for myself, guys. Follow up, send me a DM, all that great stuff. Also, the Instagram link is down in the description, so follow up there if you've not done so already. And I will talk to you guys, Jays Edition, in Game 1. Actually, you know what? I'll talk to you guys tomorrow edition. Yeah, I wasn't going to do one tomorrow, but I think I will. As I will be talking to you guys, Raptors season review, off-season preview video, because if it was anything like the Leafs, I mean, they made a trade before I even do the video, and plus, since the Blue Jays do not have an off day the rest of the way, I want to do this Raptor video to kind of keep the content coming out to you guys, all right? So tomorrow I'll be doing that for you guys to enjoy, and we'll talk about the offseason and what we see happening moving forward with the Toronto Raptors, all right? And for the Blue Jays, we'll talk to you guys Game 1 of the 3-game set against the New York Yankees at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, all right? Game 1 goes on Tuesday evening, 7:05 first pitch there at Yankee Stadium. No, that's, is it a 7:05 start? Yes, it is, 7:05 start. It's probably going to be Davey Garcia on the mound for the Yankees. Taijuan Walker on the mound for the Blue Jays in that game. Need a good start to the series. Taijuan Walker's been great for the Blue Jays so far. Need to continue that. All right, so let's go. Game 1, 7:05 first pitch at Yankee Stadium. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys then.